Good afternoon. Welcome to Voice of the Valley one more Monday, and I am your host, Kathy Wilcox. We're doing a little something different today just to mix things up. We're actually going to have one guest, and that guest is going to be all the way in Las Vegas. Actually, I think it's Henderson, but you get the idea. It's going to be Skyped in, but before we get to that, the Rosie Davenport from Valley Animal Center was nice enough to send us a couple little animals that need adoption, and I want to pull up those pictures so we can show the pictures and I can tell you a little bit about each animal. We're going to do this every Monday because we are very pro animals and animal adoption, and I love my field of flowers. Don't you just love my field of flowers that are behind me? I just think that's gorgeous. So can we see the puppy? Oh, look at her. Her name's Phoebe. She's a female beagle, and she's 5 years and 3 months. She's a surrendered animal. Oh, my God. I hope I don't start crying. My mommy was moving to another place and couldn't take me and my best friend Sadie with her. I watched Sadie get adopted. Oh, God, here it goes. I watched Sadie get adopted while I stayed. I've gone home a couple of times, but I came back because I don't get along with other dogs and cats. I would make a great family pet, however, because I absolutely love people, especially kids. I am very gentle and patient with small humans. I would also make a great alert dog to tell your family if a stranger is near. I like going for walks and taking long naps afterwards. Oh, me too. I also enjoy being scratched behind the ears and tummy rubs. Me too. My hidden talent is painting. During my stay at Valley Animal Center, I was an artist. I made a very nice paw print painting called Picasso. Love it, and did a very good job. I'm still waiting for my forever home. I'm going to cry, and I'm hoping that I find it soon. Is there room in your family for one sweet girl more? Maybe this is not such a good idea. Okay, so that's Phoebe. She's adorable. The phone number of the center is 233-8690. And so, oh, sweet little Phoebe, I want to take you home with me. All right, now we're going to look at our little kitty cat for the week. And this is Joey. And Joey's a male domestic short hair. Came to Valley Animal Center back in September. And Joey is FIV positive. FIV stands for feline immunodeficiency virus, which is similar to HIV in humans and can cause feline AIDS. Cats with my conditions can still live long, full lives, but need to be kept away from other cats that don't have FIV so that the virus doesn't get passed on. I don't let my condition get me down. My kitty cat Ozzy has the same condition, healthy as a horse. You'd never know the difference, so no worries. Very spunky boy, loves to play and often seen dancing at the doorway to my cat condo, trying to figure out how to open the door. Like my doggy counterpart Phoebe, I also made a nice paw print picture and used the same colors as my fur, gray, black, and white. My birthday's coming up on Valentine's Day, and I'll be turning 5. My birthday wish would be to finally get the forever home of my dreams, to be loved by a family and gets lots of attention and playtime. Let me be your Valentine this year. Okay. So please call the Valley Animal Center at 233-8690. Call my friend Rosie. They have lots of other animals, so please give them a shout out. They're looking for volunteers and donations and everything like that. So thank you. All right. Quick word about the 49ers. They're not going to the Super Bowl. Foul on the guy who fumbled the ball in overtime and let the other team, I can't remember their name, win the game. And I was honestly kind of upset with him yesterday, but now thinking about the life that guy is going to be leading in the short-term near future, it's going to be hell. So he's human, just like the rest of us. We all make mistakes. It is just a football game. You know, just give him a break. Don't be mean to him. Okay, so I'm sure that he is kicking himself enough for everybody. Okay, I would have loved to have seen the 49ers go to the Super Bowl as well, but there's always next year. Okay. Enough of that. Now, my guest, his name is Mr. Len Clements. That's L-E-N, as in Leonard. And not many people know this, but he's my ex-husband. Is he there? Are you there? Or did you run out the room?
Here.
Oh, you're okay. He's here.
Can you hear me and see me?
I can hear you and see you.
Oh.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi.
All right, there I am.
Yeah. Do you see me? Can
Yes.
you see me? Can you see me now?
Yes, I can.
Do I look fabulous?
Two things right off the top. First of all, it was raining. The ball was wet.
Yes.
And you know those dogs and cats aren't really riding that right.
What?
Anyway.
Next you're going to tell me there's no Santa Claus. The cruelty with you never stops. Okay.
I know.
Okay. Anyway, we won't digress. Seriously, Len has, he really is a very, well, he's a member of Mensa. Okay, he's an official member of Mensa. Are you still an official member of Mensa?
I don't think I renewed my dues, but I passed the test.
But he's a genius, and he is a well-spoken, very successful entrepreneur. And since 1989, he has concentrated his full-time efforts on researching and analyzing all aspects of network marketing. We're going to talk about that. Did you know Bernie Madoff? Len?
I know he made off with a lot of money.
He did make off. That's good. That's very good.
Did not know him personally, though. No.
Okay. He is a court-certified expert in the field of network marketing, as well as professional consultant, speaker, and trainer. He currently conducts inside network marketing seminars throughout the world and is the author of the controversial book, Inside Network Marketing, and the best-selling audios, Case Close, The Whole Truth About Network Marketing and the Coming Network Marketing Boom. Just at the top of the hour, and I'll definitely remind everyone, you can call him at 800-688-4766 or www.marketwaveinc.com. And just as a little sidebar, I was in on this from almost the very beginning. And when we were married, it was just getting up and running. I folded and stapled, 8 million newsletters that got sent out because I was very supportive, right?
Yes. Funny how all the income started to come in, though, right after.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. You know, karma. Okay? Okay, just kidding. So tell us really, in your words, what got you interested? I know this goes back to when you were little, and we can talk about when you was it George Lucas's, you delivered his papers and you went through his garbage and found outtakes from Star Wars and stuff like that. That's another interesting story. But how did you get interested in this whole network marketing thing?
Well, my mom was in Tupperware, of course. So I saw her having the home parties when I was a kid. Then I had a friend invite me to a meeting to sell some weight loss shakes back around 1979, I think it was. And did that for about 6 months, just making enough to quit my job, which was I was an adult motor carrier for the San Francisco Chronicle, not a paper boy.
No, and we know that.
Carrier.
I got it.
So gave notice on my job, and then found out they were going to put the products in stores and dump the MLM, multi-level marketing concept. So fortunately, I got my job back because I had a job nobody wanted. And it kind of went off in a different direction. Got a computer business in San Francisco. And then back in 1990, I think it was, my ex-wife actually came by, invited me to lunch. Oh, by the way, my first ex-wife. We have to clarify.
Do we have to? I mean, there's only, as far as I know, 2 of us.
Just still 2, right?
Oh, okay, good.
So the first victim came by and said she was going to take me out to lunch, and then of course she gave me a Nu Skin video, so I got into Nu Skin. That was my first real introduction to it. But then discovered a lot of things about the business. Nothing wrong with Nu Skin, but just a lot of things about the business that I really wish I would have known. I've always made the analogy, like when you jump in the very first network marketing company that anybody ever pitches you on, it's kind of like marrying the first person you ever go on a date with.
Oh.
And then you discover this wide, wonderful world of opportunities out there and realize you should have shopped around a little bit. So in the process of doing that, ended up finding out that there was a market for that kind of objective information. So I became this sort of consumer report type organization where I researched and analyzed the industry and did expert witness testimony. I used to have a radio show, KSCO in Santa Cruz. And
that's right. I remember.
Wrote a book, got published by Prima Publishing and all that kind of stuff, and just kind of went off in that direction instead, being this. Now, I'm not allowed to call myself the Ralph Nader of network marketing because people used to call me that, and I actually got a letter from Nader's people once saying, "Stop calling yourself that." So
really?
I had to write them and say, I can't control what other people call me, so you can't call me the Ralph Nader of network marketing. But you get the idea of kind of like what I've been sort of a consumer advocate for the industry, help people figure out what are pyramid schemes, what are not, what are legitimate companies, what's not, what's the real truth about MLM, how does it really work, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So in other words, I don't do what. Can I say your daughter's name?
Of course.
Okay, I don't know. But Jessica, my
yes,
your daughter,
still is.
Remember when I think when she was telling somebody in her class in grade school about what her mommy and daddy did for a living?
Yeah.
You remember when she said, "My daddy does something with pyramid schemes and my mommy sells drugs"? Remember that?
Yes. God bless Jessica.
Explaining to do there. But by the way, Kathy's was a pharmaceutical.
Right. That's
just to clear the record.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you. My probation officer will be glad that you cleared that up. Thank you. Okay. You have just such. Do you have the book that you can show?
Sure.
Because I was a proofreader.
Yeah, if I stand up, I'm going to blow the illusion I actually dressed up for you.
Oh, that's right. You don't have anything on underneath. So that's all right.
I'm wearing something.
And he'll be back. All right. Very good. All right. There it is.
It's slippery.
Okay.
Inside Network Marketing.
Inside Network Marketing, which is in all the bookstores still, right?
It was until I found out all the creative ways that you can screw first-time authors out of royalties, then I bought the rights back. So now you can order it through my MarketWave website.
Okay. Which is?
MarketWaveInc.com.
Correct? You're frozen. You're frozen in time. Can you still hear me? Yeah. Okay. Can you talk?
Yes. I'm freezing for some reason.
I know you're freezing. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what
I look like is not important, as long as you can still hear me.
Well, I didn't know if you had Parkinson's and you were just kind of like in that little frozen episode, but it's just Skype. Now,
it's just a Skype thing, yeah.
I do want to tell the audience that this book is not. It may not be something that you would just pick up immediately, but let me tell you something. It is extremely humorous. The stories that Len tells, and granted, I'm a little prejudiced, but I think I could be even more objective now. The stories.
She likes my book and doesn't like me now.
No, I do. I like you too, but I want you to give me your jag. Is that possible?
Since it's in the shop right now, yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. No, the book is extremely funny. I mean, I wish you could tell the story about the, what was the story about you went to the printer and they said you could only have a minimum amount and you said, okay, this is the amount I want. And they said, well, no, you have to have at least this many copies. Remember that story?
She said, my first newsletter, it was an old paper newsletter back in the days when you actually mailed paper newsletters.
I remember.
This is like early 90s. And I said, well, I only wanted to print just a few copies, maybe a dozen or so to start with. And, well, we can't, she said, we can print any amount you want, okay? I want 10. No, we can't print that few. I said, really? Okay, well, what's the fewest you can print? Sir, we can print any amount you want. Okay, how about 20? No, because there's these fixed setup costs and we got to make the plates and, okay, I understand. So what's the minimum you can print? I'm already thinking I've tried least, I've tried fewest. I don't know if adding another syllable to the word is going to help, but I tried minimum. Sir, any amount you want. She was getting frustrated with me. So anyway, that call ended with me going 50, 51, 52, 53. Stop me when I hit a number you can print. And then she hung up on me.
It's much funnier in the book. That's just an abbreviated version. But I remember the first time you told me that story. Anyway, there's just so many stories and tangents. We won't go down that road, but trust me, it is a very funny book. And you never did give me credit for the drive-through Braille, which I pointed out to you. Remember? That's in the book. I said, isn't it scary when you go to a drive-up teller and the instructions are in Braille. Okay,
Yeah.
does everybody follow that? Drive up ATM, instructions are in Braille. He put that in the book and he didn't give me credit for it. That's okay. We'll move on. That's all behind me now. I'm over it.
I beg to differ. Well, I'll find it later, but the acknowledgments.
Oh, really? Did you add that in a revised version?
I'll prove you wrong again later.
Which was your favorite thing to do, as I recall. Okay, now, very important. When we come back, we are going to get into the whole what makes a true MLM company versus like a scam or a pyramid scheme, because we've been hearing a lot about that. There are very legitimate MLM companies, and they do work, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, we are going to hold that thought. We're going to have a commercial, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Thanks. Unless you send it to me. Fighting with the ex, it never stops. You know, you try to be friends. Okay, I have to give Len credit for this because in a way he proved me wrong. But anyway, in the second edition of the book, he did say something very, very nice. So I'll let him read that now.
Okay. Second edition, not that third edition. That was post-Kathy. The first edition was pre-Kathy. So it says... And finally, I offer my undying appreciation to Kathy and Jessica for all their help and support you've kept me sane through all these insane years.
Isn't that nice? That's so nice. But really, he lived to prove me wrong. So,
yes.
yeah.
She was hearing it in 2012,
but that's okay.
Written in 1995.
I think that's really sweet. Thank you very much. But I would like a signed copy. Seriously.
Okay.
And I'll send you a bottle of Bel Air Bellini.
Okay.
Okay? All right. So, we were going to talk about illegal pyramids versus MLM. What's the difference? Why does MLM get such a bad rap? You're the expert. Go.
Well, first of all, people think that just because you have a product means you can't be a pyramid scheme. But there was one of the most famous cases of an MLM company being exposed as a pyramid scheme was one called Equinox here out of Vegas. And they had great products, perfectly good products, but they were still called a pyramid scheme. So you can have a product and still be a pyramid scheme. The FTC's actually clarified this now in a letter to the DSA, a copy of which is on my website. But the FTC has said, we don't care what percentage of your product is purchased by your distributors. We don't care if they have retail customers. All we care about is the motive. The motive for buying the product. Are you buying the product because you actually want it? Or are you buying it just as a token act to meet a quota in the compensation plan? So obviously if you're in the airplane game or a gifting club or something like that, where there is no product at all, you're just exchanging cash, that's an obvious pyramid scheme. But even in an opportunity that you might get presented, really look at the product and see if there's a real value there to someone who is not a distributor. Can someone realistically buy this who has no interest in the income opportunity? Now, even if that's still mostly the distributors themselves, as long as the distributors are buying it because they actually want the product, then you're fine. It all boils down to motive. If it's just a throw-in product that's grossly overpriced, everybody's just buying it to meet their quota, and they're not buying it as soon as they quit the business, that's most likely going to be a pyramid scheme. And that is the criteria. There's no really law or anything. We just look at legal precedents. We look at all the different cases throughout history, and that kind of tells us where the line in the sand is drawn.
So if a company is saying you have to buy $2,000 worth of product to get X amount of money, and it's just being stored in the garage and they're not really doing it, they're just wanting the money, is that a pyramid scheme then?
Yeah, that's called maybe front loading, where you load them up with a bunch of product up front, not because you really want all that inventory, but just because you get a higher quota in the compensation plan. That's really what caused Equinox to be a pyramid scheme. Or garage, what they call stockpiling, or the term is garage qualified, where you're just making this token purchase of inventory every month because you don't really have customers, you don't really have the people that are buying the product, so you just do it out of your own pocket to meet the quota. It's called a group volume qualification because you and your group are supposed to meet that qualification. Well, if you have a $5,000 check coming, if you meet this $3,000 group qualification, and you don't have anybody buying the product, like customers or whatever, you take the $3,000 out of your own pocket and buy it to get your $5,000 check.
Right.
Of course, it all goes in the garage or on eBay for 10 cents on the dollar or something like that. So you've got to find something where you can just do a reasonable amount of inventory every month, what you can comfortably personally consume, things like that. When you start getting up into the thousands of dollars up front or several $100s on a monthly basis, those are red flags.
Okay. Can you give some examples of, like, I know you're involved in a company, but maybe or I don't know how this works, but can you say, like, not so great companies versus companies that are really ethical and above board?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in this 21 years, so of course I participate in the business as well, and but I kind of want to keep my market weight hat on. I think probably today, it's no big secret, the company that I also rep for is called Yoli.
Right.
It's len.go, Yoli, YOLI.com, if you want to go check them out. But with my market weight hat on, there are companies out there that, like most recently, it was a few years ago, but there was one called Jewelway.
Oh, right. I remember Jewelway.
What's that?
I remember that one.
Yeah, this is one where some people would buy in. Remember Lee, the trumpet player?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in that, and they bought like $35,000 worth of jewelry, not because he wanted to walk around looking like Mr. T. It's because you got more positions in the compensation plan, and you can make more money that way. Ultimately, the Attorney General actually, in I think it was Arizona, ended up closing them down for being a pyramid scheme. Because again, it all went to the motive for buying the jewelry. It wasn't because you really wanted the jewelry. It was just to qualify in the plan. So there's one called SkyBiz, where they were selling websites for $250, and people would just buy more websites to get more positions and earn higher qualifications. So they finally changed the rules and said, well, now you can't just buy the website. You've got to actually activate it. Activate it means you've got to have at least some customized text on the homepage. So what we saw all of a sudden was the internet just started to get filled with SkyBiz websites with a bunch of random characters across the homepage. You could just see where they literally just ran their finger across the keyboard to put some text up.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't really want the website. They were just buying it to meet the quota to make money in the game. They got shut down for being a pyramid scheme.
Well, just as a little sidebar to my guests, there were a lot of perks when Len and I were together. We actually, you worked with, what's his name from Chicago, the trumpet player? What was his name?
I don't know if he really wants to.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
Google trumpet player for Chicago now.
Well, anyway, I got to meet him. Very, very nice man, and was very privileged to visit his home and see the beautiful gold records. And a very, very nice guy, and incredible talent, by the way. And we got really nice seats for the Vegas show, and so there was. And you've worked with. Can you mention the other people that you've worked with, or is that on the QT? You're not turning into a very interesting guest, because this is what my guests want to hear: the dirt, the gossip.
I will tell you. Okay, you want a story?
Yeah.
It's more topical.
Yes.
I remember sitting in Bruce and Chris Jenner's home.
That was Bruce and Chris Jenner. Kris Jenner Kardashian, mother of those girls. The one that was married for 72 days.
All of them, yeah. We don't know who the fathers are now, but anyway.
Right.
But this stunning girl walks in the room, and I'm looking at her thinking, this is going to be 18, 19-year-old girl. I'm still feeling a little creepy because I don't know, what would I have been in late 30s. But I'm just thinking, like, my God, she's gorgeous. And then she walks back out of the room, and I remember remember Jim and Amy was there at the time, friends of ours, and they asked them, which daughter is that? And they go, oh, that's Chloe. Oh, really? How old is she? She's 12. Did she look like she was, like in college?
Right.
She was 12 years old.
She's a big girl.
Yeah, so it's, and then we did an infomercial with them, actually, back then. And Bruce Jenner was actually in my downline. He was just a product buying distributor for a company called Longevity Network at the time. They're not around anymore, but that's ended up how I got to know to Bruce and Chris Jenner and did an infomercial together in their home. And this was back, in the day when, unfortunately Bruce had credibility that you kind of wanted to think is a big thing. Bruce used to speak at our events and stuff like that, but yeah, I think he kind of got sucked into that Kardashian vortex now.
Yeah,
So,
he's lost. He's in that black hole somewhere.
Yeah, but he's actually a very good guy too, by the way, in real life.
Unfortunately, I was not in on that particular. That would have been very interesting to visit them, okay. So let's. If you think of anyone else, please chime in. Anyone famous, but we'll move on because I know that you've got a lot of information. By the way,
what a jerk Tony Little is.
Well, we all know that. Tell
Tell
us something that, the real one. Tell us something that we don't know.
Okay.
Please, if you are watching, you can ask a question of Len in real time. Just type in your question. It's the chat button next to the screen, and you can type in a question in real time, and we can take those on the air. So when we come back, believe it or not, it's time for commercial again. I told you the hour flies by. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about why MLM gets such a bad rap, and what you have done. You've done a phenomenal job in kind of turning that image around, and I want to hear about your speaking engagements and what you're called on to talk about, and what you're called on to talk about as an expert witness and that kind of thing. Okay? So when we come back, that's what we'll tackle. Okay, so much fun banter goes on during the commercial. Right, we are going to get into the reputation of MLM, just how people view it. When you mention Amway, people just like cringe. But first, we are going to show. Oh, we have a message from a viewer. Let's take that. Oh, okay. Hi, Mom. Just wanted you to tell Lynn I said hello on air, of course, so I get my 15 minutes of fame. It's Jessica. Okay, love you. Bye. That was nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a plug earlier.
Okay, so we're going to watch a YouTube video that Len made that kind of does a little tongue-in-cheek of the whole MLM industry. So
finished fourth place in a video contest.
Fourth place in the video contest, so keep that in mind.
Don't award prizes to third place, but...
Well, next year. Next year. Okay, ready? Okay, yes? So we're going to be pulling that up in just a second. All right, here we go.
Oh, I keep stretching.
Okay, we're stretching, we're tap dancing, we are, by the way, for those watching, that message was from my daughter, and she was more than heartbroken that the 49ers lost. She's been following this all season, and yeah, it was we all wore black armbands yesterday around the house, and it was gnashing teeth and hair shirts all around, and just next year. Did you watch the whole game, Len?
Yes, I did.
And was it painful for you?
I don't know what I feel worse for, the guy that fumbled or the guy that missed the field goal in the previous game.
In the which game?
In the previous game, like 9 seconds left, 32-yarder to win the game, and he missed the field goal.
But not on our team, because we won that game.
Oh, that's right. It has to do with the 49ers, so who cares?
Are there other teams? I didn't know. Sorry. Are we ready?
All right.
Okay, we got her up and rolling. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, Kurt, thanks a lot for giving me the time to tell you about this. This is incredible, man. It's going to blow you away.
Cool. Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, first of all, did you know that by age 65, over 65% of all Americans are going to be dead or dead broke? But what if you could wake up every morning knowing that all your bills are paid, whether you roll out of bed or roll over? Remember, the mind is like a parachute. It only works if it's open. If you keep thinking what you've always thought, you'll keep getting what you've always got. We bring about what we think about. Okay, now I'm not saying this to impress you, but to impress upon you that there is an exit to the rat race.
Hold on. Is this one of those multi-level marketing deals?
No. Well, we have multiple levels of people marketing, like multi-level marketing, but we actually call it multiple layer direct-to-consumer referral marketing, so it's not multi-level marketing. Okay, but, I mean, listen, remember, Kurt, it's teamwork that makes the dream work. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Okay? And don't worry if you're not sure you're going to be that good at this at first, because every master was once a disaster. People don't care how much you know, until they know how much you care.
Okay, I got it. So, what's the stuff you've got here?
Okay, it's called Viper Essence. Okay, it's actually made from a genetically created hybrid between the acai, noni, and the goji berry, kale, and coconut. But the real power of the Viper Essence is the nanopolyzen phytosaccharides found in the fat cells of the South American pit viper.
So, in essence, this is snake oil?
No. Listen to what it does. Okay. First of all, this will actually cure arthritis. It will clear up dermatitis. It'll silence tinnitus. It will regrow hair, and it'll also increase your IQ, lower your golf score, make you lose all memory in the 70s.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Are you really allowed to say that?
Absolutely. Because of the First Amendment, we're completely allowed to just pull stuff straight out of our file of clinical trials and personal testimonials. Yeah, right here.
Okay, so how much is it?
It's 26 ounces.
No. What's the price?
Well, remember, it's not so much how much it costs, it's how much it'll cost if you don't take the product.
No, I really want to. How much is it going to cost?
All right, it's $49.99, but that's wholesale. Remember, if you become a distributor, you get it wholesale. Okay, but wait, there's more. 1 drop is a serving. Over 5,000 servings per bottle. That's got a penny a serving, 2 cents a day. It's like 60 cents a month.
60 cents a month. That's like a cup of Starbucks coffee.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's so inexpensive.
Okay, so what does this stuff taste like?
Well, to be honest, the snake essence and kale is a little overpowering. So we've done a couple of things to help out with that. First of all, we've included this handy little consumption aid, and also we've sweetened it with stevia.
So it's sweetened kale and snake fat?
And coconut.
Oh man, I don't think so, Len.
Now, listen, don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. All right, where there's a will, there's a way.
All right. You know what? No, there's no way. There's just no way. No way.
Just try it. I like it.
No, Len, I'm not gonna do it.
Just trust me. It's good for you. It'll be worth it.
No, you know what, Len? It looks disgusting. It smells worse.
Just try it.
No, there's no way, man.
Try it.
We're good friends. No, I will not do it. No way. No way. Hey, what you doing? What?
Try it.
Okay. Oh my God, this stuff is disgusting.
Dude, you're only supposed to take a drop. But anyway, you get a good healthy dose. That's good. By the way, that little burning sensation will go away in about 30 minutes.
I hope so.
Here, point this at me.
What are you doing here? Why?
Just point it at me.
No, Are you sure? No. Oh. Why am I doing this?
Time for my nose. Oh.
Wow. Whoa. I love the echo. Woo. No, Kylie, I like that. Let's keep that going. That rocks. All right, that was hysterical, number one. And, I lived through many of these pitches with you back in the day, and some of them were almost that rank and file. Wouldn't you say?
Can you still hear me?
I can.
Okay, I'm getting an incoming call from Central Valley Talk. Should I answer that?
Oh,
For the video, yes.
Oh, yes, answer that so we can pop you back up on the screen.
Oh, we disconnected.
Yeah, we disconnected because of the YouTube video. Too much technology all at once is never a good thing. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you guys have got to see my face.
Oh, absolutely. That was brilliant. I'm sorry, but I did not understand the last bottle that the girl.
Yeah, at the Yoli event, this would have made sense. That was a bottle of Yoli's product.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And the name of the product is Truth.
Truth.
So that's why at the end it says, Truth. It won't kill you to try it.
Nice.
Double entendre. So.
I like that. That was very. I can't imagine why that came in fourth. I think that should.
Well, first of all, the top three were all done by professional video production guys that happen to be distributors. So I was
Okay, well
I did
that's
that with a camcorder and a couple of friends.
that's not fair. That's like having one of the child dancers on Dancing with the Stars, and they say, well, I've never danced before. I don't know what I'm doing.
No, the other videos were good though. They were really good.
Well, so was yours, and congratulations. That was really funny. I liked it. Really good, really good. Okay. So
that's why MLM sometimes has a stigma about it and a kind of a bad reputation because distributors that make presentations like that.
And okay, so how is that changing? What is MLM like today? Why should people really take a second look at this as a way to make money?
Well, first of all, about anything that anyone can point to that's ever explained why someone failed at this business, or anything they say they don't like about it, like these hypey pitches or these crazy claims about their products, or I got front-loaded with a bunch of inventory, or I've got to be obnoxious and pitch all my friends and family, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, you can resolve all of that with a simple word. No. So if someone tells you, go pitch all of your friends and family and be really aggressive and make obnoxious claims like, just don't do it. No. I want to buy $5,000 worth of water purifiers. No.
Okay.
Everything has been a conscious, voluntary, bad business decision. That happens a lot in this business, but unfortunately, only in network marketing can you so easily blame it on everything else but yourself.
Right.
People always say 95% of all network marketers don't make money. Well, actually, that's probably true. But 95% of all people that join a gym membership don't get into the condition that they're trying to get into. They don't reach their conditioning goals. But we don't see a whole bunch of anti-gym websites all over the place bashing that industry.
That's a good analogy.
People recognize that they didn't reach their goals because 95% of them didn't do what they were supposed to do well enough, long enough to achieve that goal. It's the same thing in network marketing. People just don't do what they're supposed to do well enough, long enough. So when they quit, they blame it on their sponsor, the upline, the comp plan, the product, the MLM model, whatever, and that gets them off the hook. But the reality is that in network marketing, most of the significant income is usually made during the second year. There are exceptions, of course.
Mm-hmm.
People have done that much quicker. Most people have gotten into full-time incomes, typically around their third year. But yet we always see these critics say, in the same breath that they say, like 80% of all the distributors for this company didn't make a profit last year, they'll say, and 80% of them dropped out. Well, the second statistic explains the first statistic. It's not because there's anything wrong with the MLM model or the concept or anything. It's the vast majority of them quit before they reach the point of profitability. And they don't usually quit the industry. They quit their company to join the next big hot thing.
Right.
Everybody out there has got a deal that's going to make you richer, faster, easier.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, because you don't have to be a professional business person, you don't have a lot of investment into it. You put $500,000 into a Taco Bell franchise, you're probably going to pretty much stick to your Taco Bell franchise. You put $25 into a distributor kit, and someone comes along and says, we're going to make you richer, faster, easier, you'll probably throw the distributor kit in the closet and go join that deal. So distributors are routinely just like switching companies every couple of months, which is kind of like, like analogies. Running a marathon that's 20 miles long, and about a mile into the race, there's somebody there on the side with a big sign going, meet me back at the starting line. Oh, a shortcut.
Yeah.
So, really? Okay, I'll go back. And then 2 miles into that race, there's another guy. I know a shortcut. Meet me back at the starting line. And they keep going back to the starting line over and over and over. And eventually they sit there just going like, what a lousy race. These officials are horrible. My shoes are all messed up. The track's bad. I'm going to quit. This is a horrible race.
Right.
They never blame themselves for just going back to the starting line over and over and over. So it's, they don't succeed for the same reason they don't succeed in pretty much any other industry. They simply don't do what they're supposed to do well enough, long enough, and if you do, it's a very viable business with thousands of examples of people that have made, and you don't have to get rich. People always think they see it as an all or nothing thing. Either you lost money or you got rich.
Right.
Again, because a lot of us in this business keep pitching just the wealth end of it. the vast majority of people, based on the survey of almost 7,700 people that my company has done, the vast majority, about 86%, said their primary goal is to make enough to quit their job and do this for a living.
Mm-hmm.
They quantify as that between $6,000 and $10,000 a month. So it's, and there are many opportunities out there that easily, I should say simply, not so much easily, this is definitely, it's work, there's no question about it, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. But within a couple of good years of really good, consistent effort, certainly by 3 years, those are very realistic incomes and a good opportunity. As long as you pick the right one, you do a little due diligence, you don't marry the first one you get pitched on, and you find a product that you really like and can sincerely endorse. It's a very great opportunity.
Yes. Believe it or not, we're up for commercial. And before we do that, I just, and I watched you work and work and work and work and work. I mean, you worked very, very hard getting this business. I think it's really important that people know this is not a get-rich thing, that there is work involved and actual effort, and it's not like you just sit back and people are going to send you a check every day. And I think there's some misconception that, if I just do this and put minimal effort in, I'm just going to be rolling in it. And that's obviously not true because I've seen it for myself with you. But anyway, we will come back. We have much more to talk about in very little time. So I will talk to you on the break to see what we want to focus on. Okay? All right. Welcome back for our last segment with Len Clements of Market Wave. And we are talking all things multi-level marketing. I'm curious to know, before we get into the last questions, just some of the countries that you have had the pleasure of going to talk about multi-level marketing, and, because I think that's really exciting.
Oh, it's, of course, Canada, Mexico, been to Russia, where they actually have schools that teach network marketing.
Do they really? Wow.
Japan. South Korea was probably my favorite because MLM leaders here in the United States that wrote books and have radio shows and stuff are considered like celebrities in South Korea. So I actually went there to speak one time and got out of the car to go up to the venue where I was going to speak. And there was this big line of people all the way around the building. And literally, I had these cute little Korean girls screaming at me, breaking out of line and rushing up to get my autograph. It was surreal.
Your dream come
true.
true.
Back to South Korea sometime in the near future.
That's really exciting. That's really exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sure you have thought about that moment a lot, as you should. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Now this is a really
I took advantage of it because I was married at the time, but it was fun.
I don't remember you going to Korea when we were married.
That was the longevity days. You're what? You're right. I didn't start making money till I joined longevity.
Okay.
That was right
No.
Right.
You heard it here first, folks. He said it. I'm right. That never happened when we were married. Ever. Now I have it on film.
Well, I'm starting to think then, why didn't I take advantage of it?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, well, that's between you and your psychiatrist. Okay. It's a really interesting question. I've heard they teach MLM at Yale or Harvard. Is that true?
No, I'm glad you brought that up.
Well, it was on your list. You wanted me to bring it up.
Urban legends like, it's taught at Yale and Harvard. It's not. That's a myth. I think it was in fact Yale, where there was a case study of Mary Kay Cosmetics that was brought up in one session of one marketing class years ago. Somehow that went through the grapevine, and now it's come out the other end, like Harvard and Yale teach MLM. They don't. No major college or university has ever really embraced the concept of teaching network marketing because, first of all, they don't want to expose their students to an alternative form of or a career choice that doesn't involve a college education. Now, that is changing. I'm actually working on kind of a pro bono basis, that's a legal term for free, with a company.
Thank you.
A college in Kansas, Bethany College, an actual 4-year accredited college with a campus and everything. And they will be offering a marketing degree, 4-year marketing degree with an emphasis on network marketing, and an online degree with real college credits.
Are you going to be teaching it? Are you going to be teaching it?
I'll be one of the guest instructors. I don't have a degree in teaching, so I can't really teach an accredited class, but I can be a guest instructor, and I am helping create the curriculum for it and things like that. So mainstream academia is actually just now really starting to embrace the concept as well and exposing their student body, which because you don't see that happen a lot. That's why, for the same thing, you don't see the media really positively present the network marketing industry. You always see negative representations of it in the media because, again, just follow the money. They live and die on advertising dollars.
Right.
We're an industry that's word of mouth. You know, we don't do advertising. So those media outlets that actually will allow a positive presentation of network marketing are very, very rare. Present company excluded.
Yes, thank you very much.
So it's that's why you always see just negative exposés of MLM in the media because we don't advertise with them. Yeah, I guarantee if Amway was a sponsor on a television show for ABC, NBC, whatever, I always tell people it's not the SEC, FDA, and FTC you really have to worry about. It's ABC, CBS, and NBC because they're the ones that can really mess up your company, and because they always are looking for the bad news. They never present positive impressions or success stories about this business, and there are so many of them. And the people are just being blinded to them.
Why don't you start a network, like on a website, that just talks about all the positive aspects of MLM, and you can do a different subject, you know, once a week or once a month, or.
Yeah, well, there's one marketwaveinc.com.
Right.
There's an ongoing blog that I have there. We're going to start doing a video blog too. It won't be your competition. It'll just be just on my own website.
No, don't be messing. Don't be messing in my hood, okay?
They need to see my face for some reason. They don't want my audio blog. I don't know why they need to see my face. I'm afraid they're going to see my video and think they've accidentally clicked on one of those Geico Caveman commercials or something.
You have a nice face. You have a very honest face.
Well, it's, I don't know. For some reason, people think I'm gay. You know why? Did you ever figure that out?
Okay, folks, he's not gay.
I mean, these eyebrows obviously have come within 10 miles of a tweezer in my lifetime. I don't know where did they get that idea.
Okay, he's not gay. All right, we'll move on. Thank you. Okay, all right. Can you make money? Me, you, anyone. Can you make money in MLM? Is it for everyone?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If you stick with a good opportunity, you focus on it, you shop around, make sure you make the right decision, and you give yourself at least a 2-year plan. You absolutely can succeed in this business.
My advice to you, and I know I'm prejudiced, but I have never in my life, and I just because of spending so much time with Len and in this whole industry, I have never met anyone more ethical and more, you know, and Len won't tell you this, but I will. He had opportunities to be a real sleazoid and make a lot of money and turn them down. Because he just said, no, I'm not going to do that, number one, because it's not who he is, and it's not the image that he wanted to keep portraying of MLM. So I would, if you're interested in this topic, I would definitely encourage you to check out the website and the blog, because you will never meet anybody more ethical, more honest, and more, you know, above board than Len Clements. So we have a message from a viewer. Yes, message. What are some examples of great MLM companies? Excellent question. Did you hear that, Len?
Well,
okay.
Obviously the one I'm in, because I'm in it. I don't say they're good because I'm in it because I think they're good, of course. But
yeah.
You know what? I also like companies like Vima.
Say what? What?
Yeah.
What's it called? What is it called?
VMMA.
Vima?
Yeah, good management. I like OxyFresh.
Okay.
Richard Brooks is a good guy. Most of the companies I like because of their management.
Okay.
There's USANA. I like USANA.
They've been around a long time.
The lead out of you is going to be. I'm going to feel sorry I forgot them, but no, there's several out there that I would really put on my short list as very, very good companies.
Can you put that on your website so people can reference?
If you go to MLMinsider.com, that's not my website, but it's a colleague, Corey Augenstein. Every year he does an annual best companies list.
I remember Corey.
I basically provide the companies, he provides the order.
Okay.
And I know there's one I'm missing, but anyway, it's on his list.
Okay. Is Melaleuca still in business?
Yes, they are.
They are. Is New Skin?
Yeah, one of the largest companies, and they have good products too.
No, yes. They did, and it's good to know they still do. New Skin? Are they still around?
New Skin, yeah, kind of a rough comp plan. That's the old breakaway that I had a problem with back then, where you get to large inventories to pay for your check, all that kind of stuff. But
right.
Incredible products. I mean, they actually have really great products.
They did back in the day, so that's good to know. And then what should we, as the average person who has not the expertise that you do, look for when considering it an MLM opportunity?
The first thing is try to year-old, because there is a very high failure rate in the first year, unless they have some kind of proof they're very well funded, see what the track record is of the owners. Because there's a lot of people that here they say, well, this guy was the owner of 3 other multi-million-dollar MLM companies. Well, there's only one way you can do that, by having 3 other failures. Okay, otherwise, why would he still be?
Exactly.
So that's usually not a good thing. So look at the track record of the ownership, and probably the most important thing is look at the product. Is this a product that has actual value to an end user, to a real market value at this price? Would people buy this even if there were no income opportunity? And you'll find that it's a minority, but it's not a small minority. But it's a little less than half of the companies out there, in my opinion, fit that criteria. Most of them, they've jacked up the price of their products to support a compensation plan. And they may be great products, but it's just not at that particular price. So you've got to have an actual affinity towards the product, and you've got to be something you can actually sell to somebody else who has no interest in the business. There's a real value to the product.
Okay. Great advice, and I can't believe, but the hour is over. I want to thank so much. Seriously, I want to thank you, Len, for coming on. I would really like to have you on again, because I know there's so much more that advice and really good stories. It's got great stories, but really good advice and information for people who are interested in this. It is a valid way to make money. Don't overlook it. Check it out for yourself. Buy the book. It's a great way to get started. It's got a lot of good information in it. And I want to thank you, Len, and take care and stay in touch.
Okay, well, thank you. It was fun.
All right, good. I'm glad you had a good time. Take care.
Good, bye.
And I want to thank all my guests, all my one guest, Len, for people who are calling in. Thank the Valley Animal Shelter for sending in the photos. Please call them if you have room in your heart and your life for an abandoned or a dog animal that needs a home. So thank you, and we will see you next week. Take care.